Her title, the Honorable Betty Burney, Chair of the Duval County School Board. The same Betty Burney who has not paid thousands of dollars in state ethics fines, fines she's owed since May of 2002, more than 10 years ago. Burney failed to file multiple financial statements while she was a member of the Northeast Florida Regional Planning Council in the late 1990s. Burney was a no-show at her own hearing. That's when they concluded Burney violated the Florida statute twice for failure to disclose financial assets. They slapped her with a $4,000 fine, plus attorney's fees and other costs. Add 10 years of interest, and as of today, she still owes nearly $7,000. Both the Florida Commission on Ethics and the Florida Attorney General's Office, the group that prosecuted the case, confirm more than 10 years later, Burney still has not paid her fine. Now, the AG's office has filed this lien against a home Burney owns in Jacksonville. We wanted to understand why Miss Burney never paid her fine. We called her multiple times over a period of few weeks. We left a message on her cell phone.
Hi, Betty. Jeff Marcu calling with First Coast News.
We also called her school board office and spoke with an assistant and explained it was very important Burney called me back.
Yeah, if she could, it's just important that I speak with her.
We did not give specifics when we left the message because we didn't want the information floating around the office as gossip. Left with no other option, we caught up with her at school board headquarters.
Excuse me, Betty. Hi, Jeff Marcu with First Coast News. How are you?
I'm wonderful. How are you?
Good. Do you have a moment for a quick interview? I was trying to reach you about these ethics violations and this fine that you haven't paid for more than 10 years.
I do not know what you're talking about.
Well, let me show you. Here's the fine. They've put a lien on your house. And then here's a letter from the Attorney General's office. It says, as of last week, you owe them $6,931.55 with fines, attorney's fees, and late fees.
Thank you.
Do you think you'll pay that?
Do you? You have the paper, and I don't choose to answer because I don't know anything about it.
Could I show you the case? This
no,
was all about you.
I really don't. And it's not all about me because I'm getting ready to go to a meeting.
Okay, it says you failed to appear at the final hearing.
If you already have it, why are you asking me?
I'm just wondering, ma'am, when you're going to pay the fine to the Florida Commission on Ethics. Do you not plan on paying the fine, ma'am?
A state ethics investigator interviewed Burney about this case. Burney even wrote a letter to the commission. But since she doesn't seem to remember, we took her case to Matt Carlucci, a current member of the Florida Commission on Ethics.
Betty is a friend of mine. I know Betty, and she's done a lot of good for our community. If I had any advice to give to Betty, my friend, I would say, might want to get in touch with the Ethics Commission and see what it is that is owed, and then try to work out and negotiate a settlement with the Florida Ethics Commission on that. That would be my advice to her, or to anybody, really.
Is Betty Burney above the law?
Oh, no, absolutely she's not.
We also asked State Representative Lake Ray to look at Burney's unpaid fines.
We're asking for good role models for our students. School boards are the ones setting policy for our schools. Certainly they should at least be adhering to the policies that are being set for them.
After this case, and others like it, we asked lawmakers if the Florida Commission on Ethics really has the power to enforce the law. We found these fines, nearly $1 million, all expired as of late last year. Tomorrow, the commission will discuss the possibility of some new laws. We're outside the school administration building. Jeff Marcu, First Coast News.
Now,